Welcome back to Rosalind's kitchen and there we go. Today we are making sirloin steak with porcini mushroom cream sauce, and that's what it should look like when I'm done. Now, I need to tell you that I have already been working on it a little bit because this being a steak, it needs to be tenderized, and I've been researching different ways to tenderize. The method I used today was to cover it in cornstarch and then let it sit for about an hour, and that seems to have broken it down some. Another method is like putting pineapple juice on it. I haven't gotten that courageous yet. So my steaks, hang on, one of the other things, my steaks are right here, see, but one of the other things is I have to soak my porcini mushrooms, and the water is already boiling, so let's move on to that. Okay, all right, there are my porcini mushrooms, and I must put 3/4 of a cup of water in here for them to soak. So my 3/4 of a cup of boiling water, and I let my mushrooms kind of sit there and rehydrate, I guess. In the meantime, I will be cutting up my parsnips. I've never made anything with a parsnip before. My potato. I have green onions. I have light cream. And I have white wine cooking sauce. And I have chives. I remembered them this time. And of course my steaks. So now that I've got that going, I need to trim the ends off the parsnips, peel, and cut into 1/2-inch dices. Alright, so my parsnips are all peeled and trimmed. And now I'm cutting them. Thank you. Get out of there. And my parsnip is kind of not wanting to come out of there. Alright, good. Sometimes you just need a bigger knife. Alright. And now the big pieces. Parsnips. They do not cooperate very well, but hey, there they are. Like I said, I've never made parsnips before, so this is a new experience for me. Oh, they did not even break. However, I did break my thing. That's not good. Now I'm going to have to buy me a new one. Well, crap. Heat. Heat and son of sheet and bullshit. There we go. Well, I foresee me going to Bed Bath & Beyond and getting myself a new chop wizard. Alright, so oops. Last piece. Okay, so having kind of broken my piece here, we'll move on. Alright, so broken, cut up pieces of parsnip. Alright, so I'm going to make my thing work long enough for me to finish this, which means cutting my potatoes. Potatoes are easier to cut than parsnips. And last. Alright, so there we go. My potatoes. Alright, so now I'm thinly slice my green onions. So and I'm going to separate, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to separate out the green from the white. Okay, so the green and the white. They have been thinly sliced and they are separated. Now I must mince the chives. Chives. And I will need another bowl. Alright, so with my, this one looks kind of sick, so we're just not going to use that one. Alright, so with my handy dandy mincer, go. Yep, one of them just flat escaped. There we go. Alright, so now the chives have been minced. As you can tell, this one is a lot more involved recipe, which is why it's considered an intermediate. So there are the chives. And now my steaks, which I've already patted dry. And I need to season both sides with a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. So one of the tenderizer recipes I saw was using salt as a tenderizer, which I was kind of like, really? It seems to me that would suck all your moisture out. But they seem to think that it was very good at tenderizing, so I don't know. I may try that after the pineapple juice. Now, according to what I've read, the pineapple juice has a particular protein in it that breaks it down, so that may, you know, you may want to, I may just want to go with a tenderizer. Okay, so now my steaks have been patted down and seasoned. And now I'm going to take a large oven-safe pan over medium-high heat, put olive oil, and add the potatoes and the parsnips and cook them for about 4 to 6 minutes. So we move on. All right, so potatoes and parsnips are in the pan, and I'm going to cook it for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally, and then I'll add half a teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper, and I'll put it in the oven. After that, I'll cook the steaks. Alright, so my potatoes and parsnips are in the oven now. And while I was cooking them, I heated up my frying pan so that now I can fry my steaks. And my parsnips are going to be in the oven for about 10 minutes. So let us get down to the cooking of the steaks. And as before, I'm going to do the 1 minute method on each side. So, here we go. I'll be back. Alright, so my steaks are heated and they're now covered to let them sit for a little while. Now I've chopped up my mushrooms. See? And I've got mushrooms, white portion of my onions, wine, bring you guys over here, and wine, alright, so, let me see, add the mushrooms, which are not wanting to come out. The white portion of the green onions, and the wine. Now, I am to cook this for about 1 to 3 minutes until the wine has evaporated. So I'm just going to kind of play it by ear or by sight and see how this, evaporates. Then I will add the cream and the chives and go from there. Yeah. Meanwhile, I think in about 14 seconds my parsnips and potatoes are going to be done. So rather than take them out of the oven, I'm just going to turn off the heat and let them sit in there and keep warm. Because nobody likes cold potatoes. Well, I don't anyway. Alright, so now I add my cream. And I add my chives. And I am to add a bit of salt and pepper. I just realized I did not add my salt and pepper to my potatoes. So, hang on just a second. Alright, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Jump there. This is what it does look like. Now let's see how it tastes. Alright, the verdict on this one was that the steaks were really tender. I'm still going to try the pineapple. But the meal just didn't have a lot of kick to it, you know. It was there. It was pretty good. It was alright, you know. But not like, wow! So we will continue to experiment. And I'll be back. Bye!